The number one cause of infertility in women is caused by untreated sexually transmitted diseases, or better still, sexually transmitted infections. Sexually transmitted infections are infections that can be passed from one person to another person during sexual activity. Chlamydia, gonorrhea, genital herpes, genital warts, HIV, pubic lice and syphilis are some of the STDs you may have heard about. You can get an STD such as herpes or human papilloma virus even if you use a condom, because such infections are transmitted by skin-to-skin contact. About 50% of sexually active youth get an STD by age 25. And about 80% of the people who have an STD don't know it. Oral sex can spread herpes and other STDs to the face, mouth, and throat. Herpes can be transmitted to a baby during birth, causing brain damage or even death. 12 to 17-year-olds are among the largest consumers of online pornography. Couples who do not cohabit before marriage experience lower rates of marital conflict, infidelity, and divorce. STDs can be passed on through all types of sex, vaginal, anal and oral sex, as well as masturbation or sharing sex toys with someone who has an infection. Adults who delay sex until marriage report the highest levels of sexual satisfaction. Young women, 16 to 24, experience the highest rate of violence at the hands of someone they know. The United States continues to have one of the highest teen pregnancy rates in the developed world, almost twice as high as those of England, Wales and Canada, and 8 times as high as those of the Netherlands and Japan. Every year, roughly 9 million new sexually transmitted infections occur among teens and young adults in the United States. Compared with rates among teens in Canada and Western Europe, rates of gonorrhea and chlamydia among US teens are extremely high. The size of a man's penis has nothing to do with how much pleasure he feels, and it has little effect on the amount of pleasure for his partner as well. Research has shown that masturbation can help reduce stress, release sexual tension, help people sleep better, improve self-esteem and body image, relieve menstrual cramps, and strengthen muscle tone in the pelvic and anal areas. Masturbation can be the safest kind of sex. STDs are very common among people under the age of 25. About 50% of sexually active young people have had an STD at some point. Many STDs don't cause any symptoms. The only way to know for sure is to get tested. STDs can affect anyone who is sexually active, whether you're straight, lesbian, gay or bisexual. Practicing safer sex is about more than just having condoms. It involves storing them properly too. Condoms and other latex barriers should be stored in a cool place like a bedroom drawer. While it's important for someone to prepare for sex and carry latex barriers with them, they should know that keeping them stored in cars and wallets can break down the material of the condom. Abstinence is the only 100% effective method for the prevention of STDs and pregnancy. STDs can cause discomfort, embarrassment, irritation, infertility, lifelong illnesses and in some cases, even death. Some STDs, like chlamydia and gonorrhea, can be cured with medication, but they can cause a lot of damage if they are not treated right away. Others, like herpes, genital warts, and HIV/AIDS, can be controlled, but there is currently no cure for them. More than 1 million people acquire a sexually transmitted infection every day. Some STDs can increase the risk of HIV acquisition threefold or more. Common symptoms of STDs include vaginal discharge, urethral discharge in men, genital ulcers, and abdominal pain. Mother-to-child transmission of STDs can result in stillbirth, neonatal death, low birth weight and prematurity, sepsis, pneumonia, neonatal conjunctivitis, and congenital deformities. When used correctly and consistently, condoms offer one of the most effective methods of protection against STDs, including HIV. STDs remain a major public health challenge in the US, especially among women, who disproportionately bear the long-term consequences of STDs. For example, each year untreated STDs cause infertility in at least 24,000 women in the US, and untreated syphilis in pregnant women results in infant death in up to 40% of cases. A woman's anatomy places her at a greater risk of contracting an STD compared to a man, because the lining of the vagina is thinner and more delicate than the skin on the penis, so it's easier for bacteria and viruses to penetrate, and more to that, the moist environment of the vagina is a good breeding ground for bacteria. Women are more likely to confuse symptoms of an STD for something else because women often have normal discharges or may think that the burning and itching is related to a yeast infection. Men, on the other hand, usually notice symptoms like discharges because it is unusual. STDs can lead to serious health complications and affect a woman's future reproductive plans. Untreated STDs can lead to pelvic inflammatory disease, which can result in infertility and ectopic pregnancy. Chlamydia, one of the most common STDs, results in few complications in men. Women typically see their doctor more often than men, that is why they get cured of STDs faster than men. Women are more comfortable talking to male doctors than with female doctors. Male circumcision reduces the risk of heterosexually acquired HIV infection in men by approximately 60% and provides some protection against other STDs, such as herpes and human papilloma virus. STDs caused by bacterial and parasites can be curable with long-term damages if not treated on time. While viral STDs are not curable but can only be managed with antivirals, a balanced diet and proper living conditions. Men who have gonorrhea may have a burning sensation when they pee and yellow discharges from their penis. Women usually don't know they have gonorrhea. Most of the time, men don't know they are infected with trichomoniasis. When the symptoms do show up, it is usually in women through vaginal discharges that might be yellow-green in color and smelly. Use water-based lubricants with latex condoms and avoid oil-based lubricants because they can damage the condom. After ejaculation, hold the base of the condom so that it doesn't come off during withdrawal. Then carefully remove the condom to avoid spillage. Transmission of STDs occurs only if your partner has the disease. Proper use of condoms protects against fluid-transmitted STDs like gonorrhea, chlamydia, trichomoniasis and hepatitis. Condoms are less effective for skin-to-skin contact diseases like syphilis, genital human papilloma virus, and herpes. Remember, sex should be pleasurable and fun. Knowing that we are looking after our sexual health by protecting ourselves and our partners from STDs, it can take away some worries about sex so that we can relax and enjoy it more. Please like and subscribe for more videos.